Alright, so we're here with Josh Leverington at Brightmore Raceway in BC. Been working on training with him all weekend. It's been brilliant. He gave us a pair of boots. Thank you very much for that. So my first question for you is, when did you start racing and what kind of spurred you to come out here?
Well, I started racing in 2017, the same year that you actually started racing, correct?
Yes.
As a machinist by trade, I had a really friendly, welcoming boss that was also into road racing. And he had bought a 250 Ninja, and then somehow bought two 250 Ninjas. And he came up to me one day and said, "Hey, would you rather have a Christmas bonus, or would you rather go take the new racer school at Mission with me?" And I said, "I'd rather take the new racer school with you." So did that, fell in love with it, was really successful with progression, just like yourself, and just got hooked on that feeling and sensation that you get when you're on grid. You get the butterflies, you get the adrenaline, you're all your senses are honed in, and you're kind of one with the bike, and there's nothing better than that. So yeah, just ultimate feels on the bike are amazing. So
On the topic of that, what do you think is the most important thing to you while you're racing, while you're at the track?
I would say throttling the adrenaline and using your focus and your mind when you're in a state of almost chaos to a degree. It's you're riding something on the limit, you're pushing hard, and it's such a mental game racing. And I still to this day I'm learning that there's so many things about road racing that teach me other things about myself that I had no idea. Being patient, being disciplined, being thoughtful, being adaptive, and also just respecting people, but also racing hard. And for myself, that's something so new, because I've always played team sports, and when it's an individual sport, it's all on your shoulders, and the highs and lows are amazing. You know that.
Yeah.
Crashing, winning, and that's kind of, as a road racer, we ride those waves, and that's what keeps us coming back.
So you've been injured racing, right?
Yes,
You
I
put
have. Yeah.
the head on your tricep that one time. But you keep racing, right? Have the risks ever gotten into your head? Have you ever thought, should I pull into the pits now and give it up?
I would say no. I mean, you know for yourself too. You've had an injury. You've broken some bones, right? And I had never thought that I'd be hanging up the leathers and saying, "Hey, I don't want to race anymore." It's that adrenaline, that feeling, that when you're in the flow of things and everything's clicking, it's addicting. And self-progression and getting better at something. And once you put in the work, it's never deterred me. I mean, you'll always have your ups and downs in racing, and with that, it teaches us so many life lessons, because you're a young guy, and I see so much potential in you for growth and learning. And road racing, you would never think that road racing would teach you those lessons, but they do. And I see such a bright future for yourself, and you're so talented, respectful, kind, and I'm a huge fan of you, man.
Thank you. I've got two more questions for you. First one is there any race you're most proud of out of all the races you've done so far?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I would say definitely the race at GMR when I broke into the sub 1 minutes. It's kind of a little prestiged club here for being one of the fifth guy to be sub 1 minute, and kind of when you're in that category, you're pushing the limits and you're riding that line, that fine line. And for me, being mentored by Scotty Borthwick, as well as you being mentored by him, when everything is clicking and all of a sudden you just get it, and those kind of moments
First
stick with you
call,
for a
first
while,
call, Moto 8.
and those become
First
very
call,
special. So yeah, I would
Moto
say
8.
breaking into the sub 1 minutes here at GMR. Yep.
And last question here. Anything else you'd like to say?
Anything else? Well, I myself, I'm a club racer. I'm a huge fan of the sport, and I do it with my old man, and just like you do with your dad. So I have the same feelings that you do, and I always talk with my dad about how the day goes and how grateful and blessed I am to be able to do it with him. So if anything I could say is soak it up and remember every minute of it, because you're still really young, and I've gotten to road racing much later in my life, but I connect with you in so many ways because throughout the day you and I experience the same things, and my dad and your dad experienced the same things. So it's really special, and that's why we connect on this level that I'm so grateful to have that. So yeah, buddy.
Once again, Josh Leverington.
Or Leverington. How do you say it?
Leverington.
I have no
Leverington.
clue.
See, I'm English. I know that. I'm talking from behind the camera. But yeah, thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.